Hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on, Entertainment? So Tom comes out with another video. We're doing Hollywood Hot Topics, aka a stop in the neighborhood. Okay, before I get started, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what y'all think about this video. Okay, so first thing I wanted to get into, you guys, is Karen. Now, this isn't funny, but Karen, we need to talk. You have an issue, and it's okay. Now, she got into a wreck. Thank God she was alive, because it could have ended really bad. And the wreck was dropped on social media. The fact that she got into a wreck, a lot of people were feeling sorry for her. And then a couple hours later, we got an update that it was a DUI and a DWI. So the caption reads, neighbors were all shocked to learn that the Grand Dame was hit with DUI charges on Wednesday, while Karen Huger is breaking her silence on the matter and said she was emotional over the passing of her mother and the upcoming Mother's Day holiday. With the passing of my beloved mother, grief comes and goes in waves. With Mother's Day approaching, it has felt more like a tsunami, she said in a statement to TMZ. Last night, I met a girlfriend for dinner. We talked and brought up some very emotional, sensitive topics. I was crying on my way home and saw a car heading right for me. I swear to avoid the head-on collision, hit the divider, and then a tree. I'm hurt, bruised up a bit, but so grateful I'm alive. I did receive citations, one of which was unrelated to the incident, which is understandable, but what was most surprising is that the car that almost hit me just drove away. Karen finishes by saying, I would like to stress it's important to understand your emotional state when driving, and may this be a reminder to use all their seatbelts. My mother may be my guardian angel, but the seatbelt saved my life. So Karen's mom, if you guys don't know, passed in 2017, but her excuse for this to me is just trying to deflect from her actual issue. Y'all know I love Karen. I've been on this channel and have praised this lady to the end of time, but I don't want anything bad to happen to her, so I feel like she needs to address the drinking problem. She's talked about going to rehab before, but I think it's a little bit more serious than she's tried to put on, and it just sickens me because I just know Robin and Giselle over there throwing a parade, and Juan is invited. Okay, you already know Robin called Giselle, was just like, "Oh my God, did you see TMZ? So these girls want to talk about me and Juan. So now we're gonna have to talk about Karen and her drinking issue. Like, that's what we're gonna have to do." Like, oh my God. I almost teared when I seen this story. I said, oh my God, they're gonna tear her to shreds next season. For her mental health, I don't want her to do next season. Because if you're driving to the point where you're going to have a head-on collision, and it's not like, let's say if she was distracted on her phone or something like that, she was just driving and ended up having a head-on collision. This is a lot more serious than she's making it to seem. And that Mother's Day excuse, sorry, Karen, you could kind of miss me with that. Mother's Day is in May. We're still in March. It's the later half of March, but it's not like Mother's Day is like a week away. Like, we still have a good month and a couple weeks left of this month to go. And Mother's Day isn't until towards May. So this year is May 12th, 2024. So that's a good distance. So there were other several alleged infractions she's been dinged with per the docket, according to TMZ. Everything from negligent to reckless driving to driving way over the speed limit and driving with a suspended registration. Now, Karen, I know raised eyes are bad, but you mean to tell me that you didn't know to renew your registration? Bookie bad. Like, this just makes Karen look like she's a mess, and like an adult wouldn't be caught in a situation like this. But I'm not here to judge her. I'm just here to say that I hope that she doesn't go into this next season, if she does go into it, and tries to make it seem like this was just, a slip of the night, and that it was just a mere fatal little accident that anybody could have got into. Because not only you're driving over the speed limit, you're intoxicated, and you're driving recklessly. So it's kind of like you can't really say too much of excuses in regards to why all this happened. The 6 traffic violations she was cited with don't require court appearances and have fines attached ranging from $50 to 510, which is, chump change to Karen. It's not about the money. Now, this isn't her first time. In 2017, she was in her Maserati late Tuesday night in Potomac, Maryland, in what police described as an aggressive manner. Cops told us Karen struck a median crosswalk at an intersection before continuing on and colliding with the parking sign off the roadway. The car itself was badly damaged, but Karen told us she was doing fine after the accident, which she chalked up to driving while being in an emotional state. Okay? I just don't think this is good. This isn't good at all. And let's pray for Karen because, the amount of backlash she's going to have to deal with, I don't think she even knows. But screw the backlash. We just want Karen to be healthy at this point. That's it. I do think she does have a drinking issue. Because for you to get that joint to drive that recklessly, come on. It's been alleged heavily throughout the seasons that she's had a drinking issue. She sort of pushed it off every time the girls would try to bring it up against her. Now, Montgomery County PD says the reason the charges weren't mentioned earlier Wednesday is because all that was available at the time was a preliminary collision report and that a police report would have further info. We haven't obtained that police report just yet, but clearly cops felt something criminal had happened here, evidence in the court update. Now, they reached out to Karen and so far no word back. I just please pray in God. I pray to God that there's no body cam footage. Because if we get a drunk Karen body cam footage, Lord Jesus, the amount of viralness that will go on Twitter will be unattainable to your nature. It will just be really, really bad. Okay? We'll all pray for Karen now. Now, let's get to Heavenly. Heavenly, you guys tweeted something in regards to what somebody said about Toya. Okay? Speaking of Married to Medicine, I did watch the third part. The third part was very interesting. Dr. Alicia, to me, actually made me want her to be on the show because the way that she handled the reunion, the way that she handled the questioning, it made me kind of respect her even more because she's like, that's just the way our relationship works. And what? Basically, take it or leave it. I really respected that. And I feel like she gained my respect. And I think we need some newer blood that's kind of willing to kind of hold their own and not buckle under the pressure like a Sweet Tea did. A lot of the girlies are not feeling Sweet Tea, but I like Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea's not a punk. And they're not used to girls coming on there standing up for themselves so heavily. So that's what they got with Sweet Tea. Now, the person tweeted, Toya wants Damon to cheat so bad. And then Dr. Heaven said, they all do. But not all black men are cheaters, boopers. Not all black men are whips. Some black men are leaders and are respected as such. Some black men are providers that take care of their family. Dr. Damon is the perfect representation of everything a man should be. Hashtag married to medicine. Hashtag team daddy. Y'all know she laughed after tweeting that. Listen. Y'all gonna have to stop disrespecting Eugene. I really feel like this show, if Damon and Toya were to ever separate, this show would be the cause of it. I don't think it would have anything to do with what Toya is doing. I think it would be the embarrassment that Eugene goes constantly, which he talked about at the reunion, about being insulted relentlessly. They're making fun of his penis, them calling him a wimp, them calling him a pushover. It's kind of sad to see sometimes because it's like, damn, this man cannot catch no break. They do not let him live without making fun and poking fun at some of the stuff that Toya has done. And a lot of it, I blame Toya because you have made it a point to sort of let us know that, he's not the manliest man and that his package is the size of a candy Smartie. Okay? So you're giving people literal ammo to attack your husband, which we've seen happen over and over, and even happened at the reunion where he said, you know what, Andy, I'm going to pull it out. Andy, you shouldn't have reacted the way you did because this is why you get in the trouble that you did. No shade, Andy, okay? This is why you get in trouble the way that you do because you too kiki crush when it comes to certain stuff like that. I would have been like, we're not going to do that. I have enough lawsuits. You feel me? We're not going to do that because, yeah, That's inappropriate behavior. But no, it was a joke though. Now, when it comes to the cheating thing, I do think Dr. Damon cheated. I think Dr. Damon cheated and kept it a secret to not hurt Dr. Heavenly, and made sure to keep that kind of under wraps. And Mariah even did a recent interview and said that Dr. Damon went up to her and said, please don't do this. I've been very supportive of your platform. Don't expose me on your platform. Please, 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 please. And he didn't do it. I mean, she didn't do it. So that's nice of her to do, but not a lot of people would have had the same sort of grace when it comes to their relationship and not exposing it. So I just feel like she got lucky, to be honest. Now, let's get to this Nickelodeon thing. If you guys haven't checked our after show, check out our after show. We got people that called in and talked about the whole Nickelodeon situation. Had a whole lot of viewers. It was a 2-hour video, literally called in and gave their opinion of what they think about everything that's been going on in regards to this whole Nickelodeon thing. There's been so much updates, which I plan to make on a separate video as well, since everything has went down. And somebody who has spoke out about this is Kyle Massey's mom, which in itself is already bad. This is Chris Massey's mom, and she put the parents should be blamed for their children's treatment at Nickelodeon because she never had an issue with Dan Schneider. And she said, I can't thank this guy enough for the opportunity he gave my son. He said, my opinion is 1,000 as it relates to what my opinion experiences as it relates to the situation. Angel Massey, the fact addict. And then he said, Dan Schneider, you are awesome. You are a genius. I cannot thank this guy for the opportunity he gave my son. Blame the parents. No, we're going to blame the parents. We're going to blame Dan Schneider. We're going to blame Brian Peck. We're going to blame everybody. No, this is so wrong. This is so coonish. And not even that. You might have not went through that, but other people did. And even further, listen, certain predators know not to mess with Black kids and families. Some of them are more bold and don't care the color, race, etc. But the smart, the ones that are a little bit more intelligent know better. They know better. Of course you didn't go in through anything. First of all, that's not his type. And two, they know better. Because let's be real, Black parents are a little bit more like strict in regards to certain stuff that they'll allow. Like that's just facts. White parents are too, but you guys, let's be real here. Black parents do not play when it comes to certain situations, especially when it comes to children. So look what happened with the Tracy Brown situation. That's why they let the son go, because the mom questioned everything, which you're supposed to question a lot when it comes to kids. They're not adults. So her speaking out about this is like, did Dan pay you? Did he give you a check? You know, Alexa Nicole's gonna be on top of this. Yeah, the Girlfriends Only 101. She be on the ass. You feel me? Like, you know, Dan probably either, I don't know if it was a check given, he told you to do this or what, but I just don't get the point. And doing it now is even worse, because you can be grateful for him give you the opportunity. There's nothing wrong with that. And be grateful for him as a person, because your experience with him was great. But don't come out and say, oh, blame the parents, nothing went wrong, when some of the victims are grieving at that point in time. To me, that's just like, it's inconsiderate and it's ignorant as hell, because you could have said nothing. That's what More Tales gives us a detail that, you know, Mr. Dan kind of hit you up and say, hey, he's hitting up all of the people that are probably still in good terms with him to make sure that, one, they don't say anything negative, or two, they help out and speak out. That's just what I think. Stay tuned for some updated videos of some stuff that has went down since the docuseries has dropped. Okay, now let's get to Suki. I'm selling cake. She's selling cake. I'm selling cake. She's not returning. I saw it's literally, I dropped that video and I knew this. But I didn't want to spoil the season for y'all, but child, they spoiling the season already. So too bad, so sad. Let me spoil it. So she's with Tronics now. She's doing a show called Little Coochies of Las Vegas, where she's selling cake. I'm guessing.
He has a show coming out on the Tronics Network where she's executive producing
What's it
it.
called?
Here's the title: Lil Coochies of Las Vegas.
Ooh, Little Coochies of Las Vegas.
Soon, Suki has a show coming out on the.
She's innovative. She's a creative, right? Who would have thought that would have been the name? Not surprised. Do I think Suki needed Zeus? No, she didn't even need baddies. She didn't even want to do this season, to be honest. They offered her a very generous check, which she agreed to, but clearly, and behind the scenes wise, I know this, she did not want to really do it. She really even did Zeus because of Sapphire. Sapphire wanted a check and needed a check. Love and Hip Hop didn't really need Suki as much as they needed in the past seasons. And it's not like she could have been on Love and Hip Hop as heavily with Suki, because Suki, if y'all don't notice this season, is barely on there. So she needed a check, and which she got. So she got on and got in contact with Ray J, and then here comes the Lil Coochies of Las Vegas. What this show would consist of, I'm not going to be surprised if it's girls about them selling cage all in a house, thumping like it's BGC, or stripper girls, or girls that are strippers trying to be rappers, maybe the Mint remix, something like that to that effect. I'm not going to be surprised at all. Now I do think that she didn't need Zeus. To me, Zeus kind of, in my opinion, downgraded her name, because it's like you're known as Suki from Baddies when it was like Sukihana. You know what I'm saying? Like she was Sukihana, and she went from Sukihana to Suki from Baddies. I don't think it was the smartest career move, to be honest. Plus, it got her in a whole lot of drama and a whole lot of headache that she really did not need. Okay? Let me know if y'all gonna miss Suki from Baddies. And I do feel like with her not being on there anymore, it's going to be pretty hard for Sapphire, because you don't have that best friend to lean on, which I heard behind the scenes. Sapphire's having, she's having a tough season. Okay, she's having a tough season. All right. Now, Monica, you guys, has replied back to Ray J, speaking of Ray J, about him demanding online that Brandy and Monica should go on tour. I'm sorry, but this was too much. This was too much. I'm sorry. Because he wasn't doing it in a way to be messy. He was doing it in a way to be joyous about their legacy. Because if you really want to keep it a buck, Ariana Grande is riding on the legacy that you guys built with The Boy Is Mine. Not only she's riding on it, she made it her own. So that's why Ray J's saying all of this to even begin with, in my opinion. Now, she put, I've been repeatedly contacted about interviews, etc., where my name and tour possibilities are being discussed. I've not received any contracts or calls about said tour. I'm kindly asking you to stop speaking on me in public. A private conversation would both be necessary and respectful. Brandy is a legend. She's one with an extensive catalog that I deeply respect and a voice sent from heaven. The conversation being had without she and I is beginning to muddy the water severely. She and I are both consummate professionals that share massive recording as well as an entire era. Please allow this to remain positive and beautiful. Neither should open. We should give someone else the opportunity to headline a massive shared stage, and this to ever happen. Any further combo should be private.
Both of them, I think they can bring in.
Who opens up that show, though?
Huh?
Who opens that show?
I mean, of course, Monica would have to open it, right?
Yeah. Have to open it?
See?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, because
I
they would be co-headline.
Something different. Maybe you could do like a
Somebody has to come out first.
Yeah. That's not, yeah.
RSVP.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was.
No.
Yeah, no, look, Brandy ain't having that either. She
Yeah.
but the Brandy Monica tour, or the Monica Brandy tour, whichever one. My title is Brandy Monica tour.
Yeah.
But I think that.
Yeah, well, she
Now, where Ray J took it far as this interview, if y'all haven't checked that out, please do, because he talks about a whole lot. I think that's where she needs to say something. I feel like had he not did this interview and said what he said in this interview, she would have been okay. But with him saying it on social media and pushing out a possible tour, I don't find nothing wrong with it. It's this interview that, you was doing a little bit too much. Having her open. Like, that's messy, Ray J. That's like super messy. Open for Brandy. I know that's your sister, but if they're gonna do a dual tour, Monica should not be opening. It should be a co-headlining tour. Ain't no opening. I agree with Monica when it comes to that. They should have somebody open for them too. It shouldn't be, you know, one opening or the other opening. And I saw some people in the comments say, hey, but she's opening for Nicki. Guess what? She needs a check. And guess what? Nicki's a big artist. Who would turn down opening for Nicki? Some of y'all just be saying some outlandish-ish. I'm sorry. And y'all acting like she's opening for R&B star. She's opening for a rap star. Nicki don't sing, even though she thinks she do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's outlandish than a mother. Like, please stop. Now, Erykah Badu, Hoodoo Voodoo, says and kind of insinuates that Beyonce is stealing her gig with the beaded braids, aka the she's a super freaky hairstyle. Erykah Badu, please. You did not invent that. You did not invent. Rick James would love to have a conversation with you because he right now is squealing in his boots because the nerve of you, bitch. Like, you really are saying this with Rick James there right there. He would like to have a word with you in the afterlife with some powdered donuts because you know that he'll let her do that. Like, I just feel like people could never let Beyonce have her moment, and it pisses me off. Like, anytime she drops something, here's somebody go saying, oh, she stole from me. Oh, she do this. Any other artist drops, mum's the word. Beyonce drops, and here comes people out the wazoo. Or in Erykah case, out the voodoo. Now, my whole thing is, I feel like people do this is because Beyonce doesn't clap back or doesn't speak. And I think that's why people feel sometimes comfortable to do that. Because best believe if she was the type of celebrity to clap back and to speak when somebody has spoken to her or insinuated certain stuff, they would shut the hell up. They wouldn't be so bold to do certain things like this. Because, of course, that is a look that Erykah Badu is known for, but let's not sit here and act like you like invented it. Like, it's kind of like, come on now. Like, it's insulting low key to her. Okay? Do you guys think Erykah Badu is being dramatic, or does she have a point? All right? Let me know what y'all think down below. Also, the album cover. This should have been the album cover. Not the horse with the American flag. America, we got a problem? Yes, we do. I don't like that album cover at all. It's too patriotic for me. There's nothing wrong with loving America and being grateful that you're living here. But to celebrate it as an artist, knowing the stripes that Black Americans go through daily in the time frame that we're living in financially and socially, I just don't think was the smartest move on Beyonce's end. I would have appreciated this being the cover than her being on the horse. And that hand, I love creative type stuff. That hand I would move. I would make the braids thicker to cover the boobs completely. The hand makes it look like a cheap pose. I would let her put her hand down and add more braids throughout the whole crop of head, and then make to cover the whole boobage so she wouldn't have to hold the boobs, because it cheapens the shot, which the shot is gorgeous, but this is my lipping. Okay, let me know what y'all think down below, and we're out, babies.
No personal thing.